Good morning to all. I am Dr. Bishek, working as a associate professor in the MLRITM, Murray Lakshman Reddy University of Technology and Management. I am working as a chemistry faculty in this college. Last time we are discussed about the corrosion and that continuation topic of the corrosion. Now we will start today. We will see about the basics of the introduction of the corrosion and what are the theories we have and what are the types of corrosions we have. We will discuss here. Today we will discuss about the corrosion. In this corrosion, what is the meaning of the corrosion? Means definition of the corrosion and types of corrosion and theories of corrosion, along with which factors are influencing the rate of corrosion along with these topics, and also one of the more important why we are studying this topic is to control the corrosion, to protect the corrosion. We will see today this topic in this session. Now we will see what is mean by the corrosion. Corrosion is a Latin word. It is came from the corrodere. Corrodere means to eat, means to distract the metals. For a simple definition, corrosion is nothing but the destruction of metal by chemical and electrochemical attacks of the environment. Is with this we called as a corrosion. If other hands we want to say simple definition, destruction of metal or decaying of metal by chemical and electrochemical attack of the environment, we called as a corrosion. It is a simple definition for the corrosion. And especially in our daily life, we are observing corrosion in case of the iron, and that iron undergoing corrosion. In our other hands we want to say that is we called as a rust. Rust we are calling as a corrosion. Especially why we are studying this corrosion, okay, especially to metals, to understanding the nature of the metals. Metals are very precious resources in this earth. To save that metals from the corrosion, we are studying this topic. And also along with that, the engineering designs of the machines. To best design, we want to design a engineering material, we should know about the knowledge of the corrosion also we should know. Along with that, applying knowledge of corrosion protection methods. How we want to protect metals from the corrosion also we are learning from this topic. And after that, corrosion may be contaminated the storage of the food packages. To avoid that contamination also from the corrosion, this topic will helps us. Along with that, we are also studying about the pollution by the corrosion and the what is the artificial implants in human body also we are studying. Because of these reasons, these topics we are discussing today in this session. Now we want to see about the types of corrosion. Especially based on the nature, corrosion are two types. One is dry corrosion, another one is wet corrosion. One is dry corrosion, second one is wet corrosion. This dry corrosion also called as a chemical corrosion. This dry corrosion also called as a chemical corrosion. Why we are saying the dry corrosion? Especially why? Absence of moisture. These types of corrosion we are understanding in the absence of the moisture. This type of the corrosion occurs mainly through the direct chemical action of the atmospheric gases such as oxygen, halogens and CO2, H2S and some of the metals and liquids. This corrosion occurs in the absence of the moisture. Due to that reason, this corrosion we called as a dry corrosion. And second type of the corrosion is wet corrosion. The wet itself giving answer to us, means this corrosion happens when metal interacting with liquids. And especially to understand this one, metal contacting with liquids. And the second reason, when two dissimilar metals have a different potential, if we are connected each other and we are immersing in a same electrolyte solution, then on that type of conditions also this dry corrosion we are observing here. This dry corrosion, in this dry corrosion, the oxidation corrosion also we are studying. The oxidation corrosion also we are studying. Based on that oxidation corrosion, so many different type of the metal oxide layers are forming. So simply to understand this metal is interacting with environmental containing oxygen, and simply we are getting MO. This MO we called as a metal oxide layer. This metal oxide layer nothing but the corrosion. Based on nature of this metal oxide layer, the oxidation corrosion may be so many different type, like stable metal oxide layer, unstable metal oxide layer, and volatile metal oxide layer, and porous metal oxide layer. Like that, 4 different type of the metal oxide layer we are studying in the case of dry corrosion theory. And along with that, we are second type of the corrosion, that is wet corrosion theory we are studying. In this wet corrosion theory, especially for we are talking about the iron. This Fe will undergoing in oxidation, we are getting Fe plus 2 electrons. It is nothing but the oxidation. The oxidation we called as a corrosion. In this type of the oxidation, reaction we are observing at anode. At cathode, 2 type of the reactions we are observing. Here evaluation of hydrogen we are observing, and absorption of oxygen also we are observing. These 2 type of the reactions we are studying at cathode. In this, if you want to understand the cathode reactions and the final reaction, in the cathode reaction what will happens, the Fe plus 2, it is reacting with environmental containing oxygen, and we are getting ferric hydroxide. This ferric hydroxide again undergoing in oxidation, we are getting FeO3 and X mole of water. This reaction, based on this reaction, we are giving the chemical formula of the rust or the corrosion. What are the chemical formula of the rust and corrosion? FeO3 and X mole of water. This is we called as a rust formula or corrosion formula. So this is about the 2 types of corrosion, that is nothing but the dry corrosion and wet corrosion. And after that we have some theories we have, like bimetallic corrosion theory or galvanic corrosion theory and waterline corrosion theory. These are the 2 type of the theories we have. Now we will see about the types of electrochemical corrosions. And that first one, if you see the bimetallic corrosion, the name itself expressing answer to us, means this type of the corrosion happens when bimetals means 2 different metals. Now we will see when 2 dissimilar metals are alloys are electrically connected and exposed under electrolyte, the metal is in electrochemical series undergoes in corrosion. To understand this theory, what is actually, when if 2 dissimilar metals we are connected in each other, based on their reduction potential value. This reduction potential value we are studied in the electrochemical series. Based on the electrochemical series, we know which type of the metals are easily undergoing in oxidation and which type of the metals easily undergoing in reduction, we know. So based on that, if for example to understand this one, I took the two electrodes or two metals like zinc and copper. Based on the electrochemical series, zinc Zn placed in top of the above electrochemical series, so it is easily undergoing anode as oxidation. And when compared to the zinc, copper has a high reduction potential value, so is act as a cathode. Like when we are two dissimilar metals are connected each other, this type of corrosion is happens. To understand that one, when zinc and copper are connected, zinc being high in the series act as a anode and undergoes corrosion, and copper which is lower in the series act as a cathode. Like that, based on the position of the electrochemical series or galvanic series, this topic easily we are understanding. And the second one, waterline corrosion theory. The waterline corrosion theory, if you are observing this heading itself also again giving answer to us. Water line corrosion. When water line is there, there is happening of the corrosion. To easily understand this one, this simple diagram will helps us. For example, this one you can imagine it is a iron water tank. It is a iron water tank. In this iron water tank, we have the water. It is all our water. If this water is unfortunately not filled with, what is the capacity of this water tank? For example, this water tank, iron water tank capacity is 1000 liters. But unfortunately, we are filling 800 or 900 liters every time. So what will happen in the exactly below the water line? Exactly, this is a water line. Exactly below this water line, what will happen? Here, the environmental containing oxygen concentration is high, and exactly below this water line, the water dissolved oxygen, the DO concentration is low. Due to this high and low concentration of the oxygen, this type of the waterline corrosion is happens. This is we called as a waterline corrosion theory. Again here also to easily understand this iron, again it will go in oxidation like Fe and 2 electrons, and this Fe it will reacting with water containing hydroxide OH minus, it will form the ferric hydroxide. The ferric hydroxide again in undergoing in oxidation, it will gives FeO3 and X mole of water, nothing but the our rust. So because of that reason we are saying this is a waterline corrosion theory. And after that, mainly why this corrosion happens we know, and types of corrosion also we are studied, and which factors are helps to increase the corrosion in this nature. To understand this one, here we have the which factors are affecting the rate of corrosion. Only two factors, especially two factors, that is the nature of the metal. Nature of the metal. Nature of the metal is responsible, and nature of environment. These two factors, especially these two factors are influencing high for the corrosion. High influencing the nature of metal and nature of environment, these two are favoring the corrosion in this earth. Now we will see what are the type. To understand that it is the nature of the metal, and second case it is the nature of the environment. In this nature of the metal, again so many different types are affecting the nature of the metal. like the position of the metal in galvanic series is affecting, and purity of the metal is affecting, and physical state of the metal is relating, and solubility and volatile corrosion product are affecting, and relative areas of anode and cathode, and nature of the oxide film like metal oxide films also affecting the corrosion. And if you want to say in the environment also, in like that, in this environment also, the nature of the corroding environment and impurities and temperature, humidity, pH and concentration of the oxygen, these also affecting the corrosion. Now we will take one by one subheading and we will understand. Now position of the galvanic series. Already I said what is the galvanic series. What is mean by the galvanic series? Metals or electrodes are arranged in a order of series based on their reduction potential value. We called say galvanic series or electrochemical series. In that electrochemical series, for example, it is electrochemical series. In that electrochemical series, in top negative reduction potential value metals are arranged. In between the zero potential value, that is a reference hydrogen we are mentioned. After that the positive metals we placed that act as a cathode. So based on that, then which have the negative reduction potential value or high reduction potential value, they act as a anode, they easily undergoing in oxidation. Oxidation nothing but the corrosion. This is a position of the galvanic series. And relative areas of anode and cathode, definitely size. For example, you can imagine this is our metal or base metal. If it is our cathode, definitely the large space and small areas, they are also responsible for the nature of the corrosion. Like corrosion is more rapid if the anodic area is small, because there is more demand of electron by the large cathode area. Definitely if corrosion is happens when anode area are small. And the third type, purity of the metal. If metal is 100% pure, there is no more further corrosion. If metal containing any impurities or byproduct along with that base metal, definitely they are undergoing in oxidation. And physical state, like that the relative areas of anode and cathode, the physical state also we are discussing. For example, if metal is small in size, it will easily undergoing in very less time, because very small size metal particle or metal, it is easily undergoing in very less time. If you take big size molecule or big size metal, it will also undergoing in corrosion, but it will take more time, it will take high time or more time to corrode. Like that the physical state of the metal also responsible for the corrosion. And like that, if you want to say in environment also, the temperature, if you raise the temperature, in corrosion also increases. Temperature increases, the corrosion is increases. Humidity, if you want to say other hand, it is a nothing but the vapor form of the water. If water or humidity is present in the environment, that humidity again interacting with metals and they are forming the ferric oxide or ferric hydroxide, that is also our rust, they are responsible. And pH, generally acidic media is pH less than 7 is more corrode when compared to the alkaline and the natural neutral media. When compared to the alkaline and neutral media, the pH is less, is means the acidic nature is more favor for the corrosion. And concentration of the oxygen, already we are seen in waterline corrosion theory how the oxygen concentration means the environmental containing oxygen have the high oxygen concentration and water is containing the low oxygen concentration. These low and high concentration, they are responsible for the oxygen concentration in for the corrosion. Like this type of the nature of metal and nature of environment, these are affecting the corrosion in our daily life in this earth. After that, up to this, we are studying about the types of corrosion and theories of corrosion we are seeing, and which factors are favoring the or which factors are affecting the rate of corrosion also we are seeing. Now our main aim, why we are studying this topic? To control the corrosion. To control the corrosion, that is our aim as an engineer, that is our aim. Because of that reason we are studying this topic. Simple and the basic level corrosion protection, corrosion control methods now we will discuss now. The important methods used to control corrosion are like well design. If your design is machine design is well, we are also protecting from the corrosion, and especially coating like paints, to coat if you are using the paints also, and that paints may be inorganic or organic or metallic paints. If you are using the with that also we are controlling the corrosion, and the using of inhibitors also we are controlling the corrosion, and the cathodic protection and anodic protection also we are studying in this. Now we will see the sacrificial anodic protection. Sacrificial anodic protection. In this protection method, if you observe in this sacrificial anodic protection, in this one anode, in this method, one anode is sacrificing to protect the another anode from the corrosion. That we called as a sacrificial anodic protection methods. To easily understand what we are learned about the electrochemical series, already we are said electrochemical series, the top they act as a anode and middle reference and below act as a cathode. But if we took two anodes and they are connected with each other, and that time what will happen? Due to their reduction potential value differences, they act, one is anode, another one is cathode. Like this here, for example, if you see in this, what will happen? The magnesium is also anode and the iron also anode, but they have the different reduction potential value. The potential value is difference. Due to this potential difference, the magnesium is acting as a anode and the Fe, the iron, act as a cathode. But when we see the electrochemical series, both are anodes, but when they are connected with each other, due to their reduction potential values, the magnesium is sacrificing to protect the another anode, that is the iron. So when this magnesium undergoing in oxidation, this immediately the iron is safe at the cathode place. So what we are saying, the one anode is sacrificing to protect the another anode. It is nothing but the sacrificial anodic protection method. The second one is impressed current cathodic protection. Impressed current cathodic protection. If you see in this current, impressed current means forcefully we are applying the current to nullify the corrosion current. Forcefully we are applying the current to nullify the corrosion current. In this, what we are taking at the anode, we are in this method, impressed current cathode little more than corrosion current is applicable in the opposite to direct and nullify current, producing a relevant cell reaction. In this, what we are taking at anode, inert electrode we are taking. At anode we are taking the inert electrode, and that inert electrode is connected with a battery, and another one that is connected to a iron pipeline. Now this inert electrode not involving in chemical reactions, but when we are applying the electricity or current, how much of electron is lost by the iron pipe or the cathode, that much of equal amount of electrons are producing by supplying by this current. Like how much it is losing the electron, that much of equal amount of electrons we are supplying towards the cathode. So with the help of current means we are nullifying the corrosion current with the we are nullifying the corrosion by the current. Because of that reason we called as a impressed current cathodic protection. Means we are protecting the cathode. In the before topic we are protecting the anode. In this we are protecting the cathode, like cathodic protection and anodic protection. And it is also another one type of the method to control the corrosion, that is nothing but the galvanization. That is nothing but the galvanization. This galvanization and another one same similar type of the topic also we have, that is nothing but the tinning. The tinning and galvanization. In this galvanization we are especially we are using as a zinc metal, we are using in that molten state. So what is mean by the galvanization and what is mean by the hard dipping and what is mean by the tinning, this we will explain in this topic. First of all, if you want to see galvanization, galvanization means it is a process of coating the base metal surface with zinc metal. In the galvanization what we are taking a base metal, that base metal is coating by the zinc metal. This process we called as a galvanization process. This galvanization process again so many different type. For example, coating zinc metal on the iron we called as a hard dipping method. And in this hard dipping method now we will see about the hard dipping of the zinc. In this hard dipping, what we are doing in first step, we are selecting our metal or alloy. Which metal or alloy we want to coat. That metal first we are washing with acids. In the hard dipping, which metal we called as a base metal, which metal we want to protect, that metal we called as a base metal. That base metal first we are washing with acids. We are washing with acids. When we are washing with acids, what will happen? If the metal containing any impurities, they are removed. They are removed by that acid, that we called as a acid pickling chamber. In that acid pickling chamber, we are using the H2SO4 solution. And the temperature is 60 to 90 degree like this one. The base metal what we are doing, the base metal we are washing with the acids to remove the base metal containing impurities. For that we are using the H2SO4 and the temperature 90 to 60 degrees maintaining, that we called as a acid pickling chamber. After that acid pickling chamber, finally the metal is washed with the water. After that, with the help of conveyor belt, for this is the best. For example, this is my base metal. This base metal first what we are doing, we are immersing in a acid, we called as a acid pickling chamber. In this acid pickling chamber we are removing the impurities containing the base metal. After that, with the help of this conveyor belt, our base metals are moving towards the second chamber, that is nothing but the washing chamber. Washing chamber. In this washing chamber, what we have? We have water. With that help of this water, the base metal cleanly we are washing to remove the acids. After that, the washed alloys or metals, they are moving towards the third chamber, that is nothing but the molten state of zinc. Molten state zinc chamber. In that molten state zinc chamber, we have the zinc in liquid form, and above 250 degree centigrade we have in this chamber. When zinc is in liquid form, molten state form, when we are dipping our base metal into that solution, the molten state zinc, it is uniformly coat on the base metal. Then with the help of this conveyor belt, we are receiving our decorated and shining material. Like that, with the help of 3 steps, like acid pickling chamber and the washing chamber and the molten state of zinc chamber. With the help of these 3 steps, we are coating our base metal with molten state of the zinc. This we called as a hot dipping. Like same this process again also we are observing in another form we called as a tinning. In this tinning also, instead of zinc, what we are using here, we are using tin. Because of that reason, this process we called as a tinning method or tinning process. In this tinning also, what we are done in the hot dipping, here also we are following that steps. In this also we are washing with acids the base metal. After that, it is moving towards the washing chamber, and this washed metal or alloy, they are moving towards the third, that is nothing but the tin containing chamber. With that help of tin also we are coating tin on that the base metal. But here on that case we are took the iron. In some of the case here we are taking the copper, like that other metals also we are taking to decorate in this process. Like this, the sacrificial anodic protection and current compressed cathodic protection and this hard dipping and tinning. By so many different other types also corrosion control methods we have, but these 4 especially we are discussed here. It is a sessions, and these topics I took some of the reference books, like this is Bharati Kumari and the Jain and Jain Engineering Chemistry. These are some of the reference books. If you have more information regarding these topics, kindly once you can see this reference books, you will get the more information regarding this corrosion topics. Thank you.